Be a throw in favor of VSLT. And just as a reminder, pre and post, Viking Bar, within walking distance from the match here tonight. That's your pregame, postgame spot. Hang out with friends. And after the game, Minneapolis City players and staff, win, lose, or draw, they'll be there. Burro fighting with Frent for it. Whistle blown, free kick for the home team. He'll switch fields to Benhart with it now. Blocked in the middle. That's Will Kidd. Ruiz Plaza controlling. Charlie Adams pushing up from the back line. Now to Frent. Battling with Diaz. He does win himself a throw-in. Skied by Diaz. Plaza controlling. Now by with it. Nice job by Guzman to close him out. O'Brien. Pushing inside. Trying to get through three defenders. Still controlled by Adams now. Plaza. And Mendoza pushes it forward to Tambe. Quickly turned over. Potential for a counter there. Sniffed out. Going forward, it's going to be Marshall and Bai with it. Frent all alone on the near side. Unable to get it to him is Brandon Bai. On the counter, Burro. Now to Tambe. Dispossessed. And back to Minneapolis City. Ba. Nice job by Lopez coming back defensively for VSLT. All the way back to Runquist. Lopez pressuring. Stepping in is Diaz. One Feast with it now. To Burro. Lopez trying to get it forward to Tambe. Another free kick for Minneapolis City.
That's a handball.
Frent trying to put the ball forward and absolutely nobody home. Easy one for Herrera. Shane Marshall will reset things for the visitors. Early on, 0-0. Just a handful of minutes into this one at Edor Nelson Field. NPSL Game of the Week. Thanks for streaming. Thanks for watching and joining us. Barrientos with a dangerous pass by closing in. Nice job by Shane Marshall just to get that thing out of there. Now Boquin. Outside to Mendoza. Will Kidd and Kevin Hoof tracking back. Burro in the middle. Ooh, nice job, AJ Albers. Last Friday night on this field, 2 yellow cards in the first half for AJ Albers, a 10-man Minneapolis City squad, still able to beat Sioux Falls 3-1 in that one. Very physical play from AJ Albers on a day-in, day-out basis. You could argue it lacked the malicious nature that led to those 2 yellow cards, sending him off early. Barrientos down the sideline. Frent in pursuit. Did it go out of bounds? It did not. Stays in play. Now Tembe. Tembe with a kick inside. He'll take a shot on net. Nice save by Peter Rundquist. First pressure of the night for either squad. Now deep shot from outside. Burro very optimistic. Bit high and wide. Goal kick. Mendoza with the chest. Now Will Kidd for the Crows. Trying to find Bai outside. He finally does. Bit of miscommunication between Bai and Ba. Free kick goes the way of the home team. That is Minneapolis City moving left to right on your stream screen. Home white jerseys with Summit on the front, black shorts and socks. VSLT, the Baby Blues with the white shorts. Nice job, Shane Marshall getting in there defensively. Herrera clearing it out towards midfield. Ultimately controlled by Minneapolis. Will Kidd with it. He's a one-man wrecking crew for a moment. Ultimately, no danger. Tu viejos son los trapos. Dan O'Brien, number 6 out there in the midfield for Minneapolis. With the Minnesota Thunder back in their USL days here in Minnesota. Most recently, a few years ago, with the Tampa Bay Rowdies in NASL. Now he's here with the Crows. A bit too long for Will Kidd to catch up with it. A goal kick, VSLT. Mendoza. Now Boquin. Outside to Barrientos. To Diaz. Nice bit of passing from VSLT. Nice bit of defensive work from Charlie Adams. Brandon Bai on the run. No chance for Guzman to get his leg out there. Now Shane Marshall, 1v1. By waiting, here's an opportunity for Plaza. Closed out again defensively. VSLT doing a fantastic job thus far. There's Frent with an attempted shot. Now nobody seems to be controlling it. VSLT getting away with it. Here's Burro. Forward to Tembe. Boquin with a bunch of space. Tembe on the left end here. Lopez in the middle near the spot. Right-footed shot from Tembe. No chance. Goal kick.
That shot was wide.
Ruiz Plaza with it. Hoof pushing forward for Kidd again. Out of play, throw in VSLT. Little Caesars, as I mentioned earlier, a generous sponsor of Minneapolis City. And the week before games, you can get 2 free city tickets. All you got to do, just buy a combo, deep dish pizza and crazy bread at Minneapolis and St. Paul locations. Little Caesars, pizza, pizza. By with it. Now O'Brien, he's flicking into the middle for Ba. Jose Herrera corralling that. And he'll let Marshall take it. Now Tembe. A.J. Alber's tracking him. He'll move inside, looking for a shot. Right-handed kick, goal! Visitors. VSLT. Albers trying to push him to the outside. And Ayuk Tembe gets the scoring started. Less than 15 minutes into this one. 1-0 VSLT at Edor Nelson.
VSLT 1, City 0.
A.J. Albers doing what he could, hoping to push Tembe outside. 2 quick right steps into the middle, right-footed shot. Peter Rundquist wasn't outside of his reach. Just a bit too much pace for number 61, corner of the net. And we have our first goal of the evening in your NPSL game of the week. Going long for Bai to the head. Now Frent. Burro stepping in defensively. Nice job by number 5. Now Barrientos. Some effective pressing being done by the home team. Now Feast pushing it forward. Intercepted by O'Brien. Now Minneapolis City controlling again. Kevin Hoof battling for possession there for Minneapolis City. Maple Grove native, Mr. Soccer runner-up when he was in high school. Now he's at Northern Michigan University. Started 16 games for NMU in 2016. Adams outside to Frent. He'll cross it into the middle. He's got Bai there on the head. Marshall battling with Ba. Herrera controls. Seen bits and pieces of opportunity for Minneapolis City, that being possibly the most successful opportunity thus far. Neither team with a corner so far this evening. Only a couple of shots on goal for the visitors. One of them being Tembe's goal. That's Ba with it. Now Kidd. Hoof pushing up. Adams with some space on the sideline. Ruiz Plaza. This is a consistent reality for Minneapolis City. Game in, game out, you see a ton of possession. What they're looking for now is an opportunity to equalize. Here's Bai, back to goal. to Kidd. Now Hoof pushing in. Guzman going to ground and clearing it out. Now Tombe one-on-one with Albers. Albers with the head. Now Benhart. Poor pass, but Frent still able to control it. Adams on the boundary here. Foul, Will Kidd. Upending Lopez. Free kick, VSLT. I see rain in the distance here in Minneapolis, none of it falling on Edor Nelson Field over the next 45 minutes or so, according to the forecast at least. Possibilities of getting wet here on the field. Burro to Lopez. Bokeen. Feast.
You better get out of here, Balloon.
Errant goal kick from Runquist, turning it over. Tambe, yep, Trey Benhart. Hip check on Tambe. Free kick in dangerous territory right now for VSLT. All starting again, errant goal kick from Peter Runquist. Allowing the throw in and the possession. Juan Fees standing over it now. Looks like Mendoza, Barrientos also in play. Kick on net, into the wall is Bokeen. Now restarting, Ruiz Plaza. Inside to O'Brien. By with some space and some pace. Now Adams. Getting it forward to Frent. Adams knocked over. May have a corner kick opportunity. No, off of Frent last. Goal kick. I don't have my binoculars with me. I thought Diaz was the last to touch it. That's why I don't wear red. Guess it was an offside call. That makes more sense. Bach controlling for Minneapolis City. Turned over, Tambe with space. Mendoza. Tambe's trying to take it himself. Adams shoulder to shoulder. Beautiful job, number 25, clearing it out for Minneapolis City. But now unable to control it. That's Mendoza stepping in, O'Brien winning it, and Kidd moving forward for the Crows. Couple of steps offside for Brandon By. And now I knew I shouldn't have talked about the weather. A few raindrops starting to fall here. Minneapolis City winning throw-ins, winning fouls, but not winning this. 1-0 in favor of VSLT. Ayu Tambe open scoring 13 or 14 minutes into the contest. And that's where we stand now. Frent getting forward, Diaz chasing, and he keep it in play, he does. Frent looking for help. He'll get it inside the 18, out of control. And Burro sticks that big body in there. Frent was already going to the ground. No need for a foul call there. Albert stepping in with the header. Now Plaza, he'll push it outside to Hoof. Continued possession and attacking for Minneapolis City. And another goal kick. If you're looking for your next car, I got the place to check out. It's Lupient Infinity. Wide variety, new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs, top-notch service. Get your next car at Lupient Infinity. And inside, and dangerous territory. Shane Marshall puts the boot to it and ends the discussion. Tambe, now Mendoza. Bokin with space. Into the middle, switching fields to Barrientos. A shot by Burro. No danger there. Another dangerous opportunity, though, for VSLT. Not dominating possession, but you're seeing a lot of space and a lot of numbers for the men in baby blue on counters. Moving forward again. Ruiz Plaza working his way through the muck and the mire. Charlie Adams. Optimistic pass from him, turned over immediately. Now Burro. Nice job by Bokin. Tambe tracking Runquist. Will Kidd with it. Guzman winning the throw for VSLT. Just past the halfway point here at Edor Nelson Field. NPSL North Division action.
Folks, MITRE is the official ball partner of NPSL. Visit www.mitre-usa.com for more information. Use code NPSL159.
Bokin trying to turn on O'Brien. He does, but the pass, no one's home. Abdallah Ba sliding in. Bokin turning it over. Now Tambe with Lopez. He doesn't seem very interested in passing it at all. That'll go out for a goal kick. Trying to work around the tree in the back for Minneapolis City. That is Trey Benhart. By with Burro. Guzman now. That's Mendoza. Another clearance from Shane Marshall. Barrientos able to control it. Now Fis. Back to Barrientos. lot of frantic play in the middle third so far this evening. Both teams having trouble possessing and moving it through. Abdallah Ba. Plaza pushing it forward for Frent. Full pace. 1-2 just behind number 9. He'll have to slow it down. Swing and a miss from Burro. Mendoza stepping in on that. Feast getting it forward to Bokin. Now forward to Tembe. Rundqvist stepping out to challenge. Chipped by Tembe. And it will be a goal kick, but another opportunity for number 26. One goal already, trying to make it number 2. You could see a bit of indecisiveness from Rundqvist. Really put him in no man's land. Very happy, I'm sure, that one just went wide of the net. Still 1-0. Hoof pushing it forward for Kidd. Herrera out there, easy one for him. Not a lot of heavy lifting for number 1 so far. Tambe again causing problems on the back line. This time Rundqvist was ready for it. Diaz forward to Barrientos. Poor pass. Turned over now. That's Hoof. Plaza asking Hoof to move forward. Instead he settles for a square. Good idea from Albers. Poor execution. And turned over again. Now Bai working back just to possess. Now moving forward, Barrientos down the end. Lopez had it for a moment. Albers was able to step in, push it out, throw in though for VSLT. Now Albers with space. And immediately stepped into by Feast and turned over. That's Mendoza racing with it now. He has it. Now VSLT really owning the possession. Out of Lopez. Benhart too physical for him. We should see a whistle there. Bokin hip checking in vogue for the back line, Minneapolis City. Another free kick. 25, 26 yards out or so. We'll see what the visitors can do with this. Juan Feast. Surveying. Burro and Lopez in the box. Now Barrientos making a run. And Feast will take it on net. Rundqvist tracking it out of play. Goal kick. Minneapolis City. Confident bunch coming into Edor Nelson Field tonight. VSLT dominating fashion. 4-1 and 3-1 victories their last two. Duluth on the road this last Wednesday, and then Dakota 3-1 at home last weekend. So the goals are coming. Tambe's already got one. Minneapolis City wants to get there first. Plaza, now O'Brien. Bokin battling with Plaza. O'Brien forward for Frent. Diaz. Got it by a hair. Now Bokeen with space and numbers. Mendoza with it. He'll slow things down a bit. Now to Feast. Marshall going long for Tambe. Tambe wishes he was 6'5". He is not. Now Ba has it for Minneapolis. Mendoza inside to Burro. Abdallah Ba trying to get back. Stepping in is Albers and turned over. By outside to Frent. We saw a lot of early pushes from Minneapolis City, but they've been on the defense and the defensive end of things now for the balance of 15 or 20 minutes. Home squad looking to make a run. Here's Bai with it. Diaz, it'll be into the middle. Will Kidd wide open with the header. No one home over Abdallah Ba. Cleared out by Diaz. Signs of life from the Crows. And we'll see a foul. Tambe's cleat a little too close for comfort on O'Brien. Free kick, Minneapolis City. Now Ruiz Plaza. He finds Frent. At least for the time being, Frent in the middle and Bai on the outside. Forward for Frent. Flag would have stayed down. Barrientos with the head. Now Bai on the outside. Doing anything he can to get touches at this stage. There's Bai with it. Nice step in by Diaz. Lopez pushing it forward. Charlie Adams there first. We'll see a free kick. Looks like somebody stepped on Lopez's boot. And Red didn't like it. You see the name on the jersey and you wonder what it is. Summit Brewing. It's a proud sponsor of Minneapolis City, and Summit beer, by the way, absolutely delicious. You get $2 off the Twin Cities pioneering craft beer at the Viking Bar after all home games. All you got to do, show your ticket. Summit, it's a more meaningful brew since 1986. Still 1-0. Burro looking for Tambe, too far. Runquist with it. On a sticky and thus far dry evening as Kidd is onside. Body to the back. A card must come out as Guzman was beat by Will Kidd. And it does not. Here we go. Guzman stepping over. There's got to be a card here of some sort. And it's going to be a straight red card. Raul Guzman. It was a clear scoring opportunity for Will Kidd in alone. Guzman causes Kidd to hit the turf. And Red offers red to number 8. Guzman. An early trip to the locker room and a free kick in very dangerous position for Minneapolis City. I'm not in the prediction game, but I would have thought a yellow card would have been fair and reasonable in that situation. We see the red, and now, last game, Minneapolis City on this field, a man down. Tonight they are a man up. VSLT players mostly incensed at seeing Guzman sent off. Nothing to do about it now other than focus on this free kick opportunity. Thus far, we have Abdallah Ba standing over it with Ruiz Plaza. Dan O'Brien walking away with it. Looks to be like number 21 will take this shot. Five-man wall, front and center for VSLT. And here is the shot. It's over the wall and over everybody through the uprights. But that doesn't count. Goal kick, VSLT. Tragedy averted. We're into the final 10 minutes of the first half. Still 1-0. Ayuk Tambe with the only notch in this one. Less than 15 minutes into the match.
While we've seen 3 red cards issued against us,
now we will see Guzman on the back line for VSLT. How do the visitors adapt to that? I would expect to see potentially a substitution or at least a change in formation into the second 45. We shall see. Free kick for VSLT. Barrientos into the box, just over the head of Boquin. Nice run by number 19 to no avail. Hoof forward to Kidd. Shane Marshall tracking and turned over. Lopez with it. Looking for somebody. Tambe. Now Boquin putting it outside. Brandon Bai tracking back. When you're Brandon Bai and all you want to do is score goals and help your team win games, and you're not getting the possession and the touches you want up top, as you see there, number 20 tracking back, he just wants the ball at his feet. And now he's working on Barrientos with a bit of flair, just trying to get it out. Handball on Tambe. And I thought they would have waited until the break, but we will see a couple of substitutions. Looks like both Burro and Lopez. Miguel Lopez, number 24, Eddie Burro will be taking the rest of the match off. We'll see who's coming in.
Leading the field for VSLT is number 5, Eddie Burrow, and number 24, Miguel Lopez.
And it looks like joining
Replacement number 16, Armando de la Mora, and number 18, Paolo.
Alejandro de la Mora will provide some defensive work for VSLT. And then Kapau To also joining for Burro. And To has it now, number 18, near side. Back to Diaz. Boquin controlling. He'll step forward. Into the middle for Tambe. Tambe turning, probably trying to shoot. No luck there. But back to Fis. And now to the recently arrived Alejandro de la Mora. Less than a handful of minutes left here in the first half. Mendoza keeping it inside. Ben Hart with him. Does win himself a throw-in. Boquin gets it back to Mendoza. He'll switch it for Feast with some space in front of him. He takes it one time. Just a couple of yards north of the crossbar. No trouble there for Rundquist. Goya Foods, the premier source for authentic Latino cuisine. A proud sponsor of Minneapolis City as well. They're the largest Hispanic-owned food company in the United States. Goya Foods. Goya products are available in your favorite supermarket. Mendoza, forward to Boquin. If I told you Minneapolis City were up a man, would you believe me? VSLT still continuing to dominate most of the possession here. Tambe, and now Barrientos. And now a throw-in, and they are in absolutely no hurry as De La Mora trots up. Back into Mendoza. And a free kick now for VSLT. Bit too physical from Kevin Hoof. Boquin jogging over to take it. Tambe, toe, Feast in the box. Now Tambe playing himself out of it. Into the box is the kick, well above everybody. No sweat and a goal kick for Minneapolis City. Just about a minute left in the first frame. We'll see how much time Red decides to add on. Now Toe stepping in with the takeover. He's got speed past O'Brien. Tambe in the middle. He'll try and find him. Very weak pass. And now O'Brien controls. Up to Bai. Diaz running without the ball. VSLT still controlling. That's De La Mora on the outside. To Mendoza. Throw in Minneapolis. VSLT not only up a goal, but frustrating Minneapolis City in a big way. Nothing coming easy from the home squad, despite being up a man. Again, 10 minutes or so ago, Raul Guzman sent off for putting a body into the back of Will Kidd as he was about to go in alone for a scoring opportunity on Herrera, hopefully to equalize. He goes down. Guzman hits the bench. Now O'Brien collision there. Potentially head-to-head or maybe an elbow, but Dan O'Brien on the turf right now. He is sitting up, which is a good thing. And he's quickly up. Outside of a substitution and a goal, not a lot of stoppage in the first half. Wouldn't anticipate more than maybe a minute, and possibly a quick whistle for the half here within the next 30 to 45 seconds. Re-entry back to Herrera. Dan O'Brien back on the field. Herrera controlling, stalling. He'll toss it out to De La Mora. Now Boquin dribbling his way through Albers and Hoof. Now back to him. Boquin to Barrientos. Adams. And there's the whistle. Halftime indeed. Edor Nelson Field on the campus of Augsburg College here in Minneapolis. Raindrops are starting to fall. Ponchos and umbrellas very popular among the fan base at this point. 1-0 in favor of the visitors. Viejos son los Trapos. Ayuk Tambe with the first half goal. The only goal for either team puts VSLT in the driver's seat as we head to the break. This is the NPSL Game of the Week. I'm Eric Nordquist. Thank you for streaming. A short break, some love for our sponsors, and we'll be back for 45 more minutes of NPSL soccer. Welcome back. Saturday evening. This is your NPSL National Game of the Week. Thanks for streaming and joining. I'm Eric Nordquist, and big thanks to the organizations that help make Minneapolis City fly. Little Caesars, Summit Brewing, Goya Foods, locally Lupient Infinity, and Miter, the official ball partner of the NPSL. And who could forget about Viking Bar, walking distance from the home turf here at Edor Nelson. All you got to do is pregame, hang out, food and drinks. After the game, city players, staff, and fans, Viking Bar is the spot to be for pre- and post-game festivities. See you there. If you're just joining us now, you missed out on a couple of different action-packed items from the first 45. Ayuk Tembe making it 1-0 in favor of VSLT. That is your score right now at the half as we get ready to start things here in the second. But there's only 10 men on the field for VSLT right now. Raul Guzman sent off. Physical foul on Will Kidd as Kidd was trying to equalize and get himself in alone for a shot on net. Guzman sent off. And so 10 men for the remainder of this one for visiting VSLT.
Coming in for a substitution, number 17, Miles Stockman Rose. In for number 20, Brandon Bye.
The only substitution thus far coming at halftime, Miles Stockman Willis is entering for Brandon Bye. A frustrating 45 minutes for number 20. Had trouble getting touches, getting possession because of the work VSLT did in the first 45, and we're underway. Feast controlling for the visitors. Now Shane Marshall analyzing. He's going long for Bokeem. Toe with it. Toe mowing down Charlie Adams. Free kick for Minneapolis City. VSLT heading left to right in the visiting Baby Blues. Minneapolis City heading right to left in their home whites. Summit on their chests. Adams with it. Another battle with Toe. Stockman Willis trying to center for Ba. De La Mora pressured by Kidd, forced to put it out of play. Throw in Minneapolis City. Hoof now to O'Brien. O'Brien centering for Frent. Stepping in was Diaz. Still possessing are the Crows. See another throw in. Hoof to O'Brien. Now Frent with space. He will take a right-footed blast. And that's on the hood of a stranger's car in the parking lot. Goal kick, VSLT. Herrera opting for Shane Marshall to take the goal kick. Don't see that very often. Over the head of Kidd. Now De La Mora allowing it to go out of bounds for a throw. Bokeem with it, battling with O'Brien. Mendoza getting the foul called on him. Bit too physical from number 14. Now Ba. Hoof tracking back with it. Trey Benhart keeps it in play. Despite being down a man, VSLT really packing it in, making it difficult. As Benhart goes just a bit too long for Hoof, it'll be Looks like a throw in near the corner for VSLT. And it is indeed a throw in, yes. Stockman Willis with the outside of his foot, getting it to hoof. A collision there, and that one's on Stockman Willis. Mendoza hitting the turf, free kick for VSLT. Minneapolis City struggling to get 3 points on their home turf, just 1-2-1 at Edor Nelson this season. Their first points coming 8 days ago, the 3-1 victory over Sioux Falls in the debut for Brandon Bai. Otherwise, a couple of losses and a frustrating tie against Duluth FC last month. And certainly as time goes on, you already look at the Crows being middle of the pack in the North Division. Got to win your home games, and they're hoping to do that as Tambay with space. Benhart with the shoulder, and Tambay hits the turf. Shot on net, advantage played. Tambay still not getting up. We'll see training staff come out to check on the game's only goal scorer, Ayuk Tambay. Writhing in pain right now, and it was a physical collision. One that Trey Benhart typically wins, given his size. We hope Tambay can get up and continue. Looks very uncomfortable at this stage. For all updates for those streaming and watching the action this evening, follow Minneapolis City, Mpls City SC on Twitter, VSLT FC on Twitter as well for Viejos son los Trapos. And if you want to go to a game, you want to come and hang out, see this in person at Edor Nelson, go to MPLSCitySC.com and buy some tickets in advance. It's a friendly bunch here, though. You show up at the door, I'm sure they'll find a seat for you here as well. Tambay on his feet. Applause from the crowd. Walking gingerly to the sideline. We'll wait to see how Pablo Landrew decides to deal with this. He's got Ruben Ruiz on the bench, number 11, if he wants to use him. Maybe Tambay just comes right back in. And only 9 on the field at the moment for VSLT. Tambay gets a sip of water, and he's waved back in. Pressured by Bokeen. Charlie Adams running for his life. He is able to control it. Now Brian waiting for somebody to make a run in front of him. Abdallah Ba complies. The head by Shane Marshall ends any threat there. Now Stockman Willis, another shoulder to shoulder on Feast. We'll see a free kick for VSLT. Couple of fouls on number 17 in his first 8 minutes here in the match. Despite being a man down, VSLT still just working with 3 in the back. The aforementioned Juan Fiz playing sort of in that defensive midfield spot. Very diamond-looking formation right now for VSLT. And not a lot of pressure for Minneapolis City so far. Now Frent with it. Tackled by it is Diaz that gets the yellow card. Yellow card to Pedro Diaz. Early stages, second half.
The referee issued a yellow card caution to number 3, Diaz. Galliano. The 3, Diaz Galliano for the yellow card.
Still pleading his case with red. Pedro Diaz. Very productive night for number 3 thus far, at least defensively. He's had to battle both Brandon Bai and Isaac Frent for a majority of his shift. He's performed beautifully for the visitors. Dan O'Brien analyzing, ready to restart play. He'll drive it towards the box, easily handled by Mendoza on the turnover. Now Plaza. Cleared from danger. Now Kidd stepped in by De La Mora. Now slide tackle De La Mora. And then back on the turf, De La Mora. And a free kick, De La Mora.
He was kind of hooked.
Marshall Tambe pulled down by Albers, and we will see a free kick. It appeared as though Tambe and A.J. Albers locking arms as you see number 5 arguing his case to no avail with the referee. Tambe hitting the turf now, and a free kick in very dangerous position for VSLT. Already down a goal. If you're a fan of the Crows right now, you have to say that Runquist cannot afford to concede another, given what we've seen from the men in white thus far. Bokeen, number 19 there. Feast in there as well. And it'll be Bokeen. No, Feast with it over the wall and into the arms of Peter Runquist. On frame. Didn't have the pace behind it on that shot. Easy for number 61. Albers pushing it forward to Frent. Assistant was not fooled. Throw in for VSLT. Mendoza out of Bokeen, centering for Toe. He keeps control of it. Tracking him is O'Brien. Now to Bokeen again. It's Diaz pushing forward, taking a shot from 45 yards out. Woke up Runquist, no doubt there. And back to Diaz. O'Brien hoping Stockman Willis was making a run, but he was not. And Herrera has it at his feet for VSLT. Minneapolis City really still looking for any way that they can test Herrera right now. As Kidd gets it on his left, centering into the arms of Herrera. That time Stockman Willis making a run towards net. Number 1 gloves it. See a free kick there.
Foul.
Shot blocked. And we will see our first corner of the evening. Nearly 60 minutes into this one, the first corner on your NPSL game of the week. And that is O'Brien that will be taking it. Benhart and Albers coming up from the back line into the middle. Benhart with a head on a goal! They've been tied! And the equalizer has been made. Trey Benhart. And it is 1-1 at Edor Nelson. It's hard to say if Trey Benhart even had to jump. The amount of space that he had there right in the middle, nothing Jose Herrera could do about it. Beautiful service from O'Brien, beautiful finish from Benhart, and we're all locked up here at Edor Nelson Field. Frent with it on the attack, trying to dribble through Marshall. Now Toe has it.
My chamber door. Here's some visitor, I muttered. Tapping at my chamber door. Only said nothing more. Distinctly I remember. It was the first December.
Controlling now. Hoof to O'Brien. The Minneapolis City faithful making a ton of noise here in the stands. Now Tembe. To Bokeen with space. Benhart tracking. Nice step in by number 18.
So that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating it. To some visitor entreating in transit my chamber.
Roughly a half hour left here. 1-1. Both teams want to leave with 3 points. We'll see if somebody can break this draw. Now Hoof. Forward for Kidd. Kidd's able to control it. Past De La Mora. Now past Marshall. And just over the head. Nice run by Frent. Good looking out. Just couldn't connect. It'll be a goal kick for Herrera. Now Kidd with it. Stockman making a run. Marshall trailing. Nice slide by Feast, keeping the ball out of danger. Switching it up, O'Brien, getting it forward for Frent. Now to outside to Stockman Willis. He'll chip it. Didn't look like that was exactly what he was attempting to do. It'll go over everybody's head. Other NPSL action, 3-1, Med City over La Crosse. La Crosse apparently scoring their 4th goal in their 9th game. La Crosse with a goal. Good for them. Med City up 3-1 there. They're already on top of the table, looking to extend their lead with another 3 points on the road. Med City are. No score, it appears. Kicking off at 7 p.m. Duluth hosting the Minnesota Twin Stars. Try to update you as those two matches come to their conclusions. Ruiz Plaza racing with it. Does he win a corner kick? And he does. Appeared to go off of Shane Marshall last. So another corner kick and a potential scoring opportunity for the Crows. Benhart and Albers trotting into the box again. Benhart already with 1 goal in this half. Does he want another? Benhart nearly gets an opportunity to put a head on it again. Out by toe. And a tricky lob in of sorts from Frent. Herrera saw it late. He does get there in time, though. The long boot to nobody will head out of bounds. Throw in for Minneapolis City. Adams inside to O'Brien. He's going to switch and go long for Kevin Hoof. The diving defensive header by Mendoza does not clear it. It's back to Ruiz Plaza. Now Frent. Not over the head of Diaz. Will Kidd on the right side hoping for an opportunity. But still possessing by Minneapolis City. Looking for Stockman Willis over his head. Potentially out. We'll see an offside flag come up. VSLT will be restarting. The temperatures dropped nearly 10 degrees since kickoff. We were 80 an hour ago, and now we're at 70. Looks like the rain, for the most part, has missed us here in Minneapolis, or at least the field here in Minneapolis. About 25 minutes left. Boquin. Now to Mendoza. Barrientos. Toe. Gracefully pushed out of bounds by Adams. Free kick, Minneapolis City. It's a pumped up Crows crowd this evening, looking for their favorite team to get 3 points. And I assume most of them are heading to the Viking bar after this one. If you're in town streaming, you should do that too. Hang out and have drinks and food with city players, staff, and the fans. Viking bar walking distance from Augsburg College here. 1-1 right now. Abdallah Ba taking the ball off of Boquin's foot. Now Adams has it. Kidd now on the right side. He and Frent have apparently switched sides. Now O'Brien in the middle. See much better possession. A bit of flow offensively for the Crows. Trying to get it forward for Ruiz Plaza. Now Boquin. Barrientos. Tombe trying to turn. Benhart in his trail. Abdallah Ba, poor first touch, but he maintains control of it. Now Plaza. Stockman Willis. Not a lot of opportunity here since he came in to start the second half. Kidd chasing, just not fast enough. Number 12, it'll be a goal kick. And I did speak in error, by the way. Duluth FC, Minnesota Twin Stars tied 1-1. Hard to believe I'd ever make a mistake, but a goal by each team in that one up in Duluth. Ba, his pass to Nobun. Now Stockman Willis back to Ba. Tough evening thus far for number 21. Thies hits the turf at the ushering of Sam Ruiz Plaza. Free kick, number 20 and the Baby Blues. Out wide to Toe. Handball, number 18. Quick restart. Now some space for Kidd. He'll go forward to Stockman Willis, putting the Jets on. Shane Marshall chasing. Now Willis, can he find Kidd with the quick tap and the goal? And the go-ahead goal by number 12. 2-1, Crows. Will Kidd with the tally and the potential as of this moment. The go-ahead goal for Minneapolis City. Fantastic run by Stockman Willis and an even better trailing run by Kidd, making himself available, splitting that three-man D. And the touch past Herrera is good for Kidd. Physical play between Kevin Hoof and Mark Bokeen leads to a free kick for VSLT. As soon as VSLT went down a man, you did not see the advantage being played, or at least taken advantage of, by Minneapolis City. Thus far in the second half, a breath of life into the home squad with the first goal, and now the go-ahead. Will Kidd, about 20 minutes left in this one. Minneapolis City hoping for 2 victories at home in a row. Barrientos restart. Bokeen lets it go. Now Toe chasing it. And it will be a throw-in for VSLT. Quick throw-in, now Feast. Trying to flick it to Mendoza. Cleared out by Plaza. Now Stockman Willis. Minneapolis City can move forward with numbers. Stockman Willis down the middle of the field. And it looks like Abdallah Ba's evening is over. Number 21 being replaced by Connor Stevenson, number 16. Adams into Plaza. Now to Benhart. Around the horn. Stevenson looking for his first touch. De La Mora had something to say about that. Frent gets by Mendoza, not by Feast. Thought there may have been a whistle blown. Hard to believe the ref played advantage in that situation. But we play on. Minneapolis City still controlling. Stockman Willis looking for Kidd. Feast controlling now. He gets it forward.
City fans, remember your attention to number 16.
That's Bokeen with it now, trying for Tambe. Tambe trying to split Benhart and Albers. Stockman Willis fighting with Mendoza. Frent steps in and takes it. He's going forward for Kidd. Toe on the race. Toe able to get it. And we'll see a foul and a free kick as Toe hits the turf. Now Frent. Left-footed attempt. Weakly dribbled into the box. Quickly pushed out to Diaz. Feast surveying the field. He's going to go long for Bokeen. Toe is able to keep control of it for the visitors. Charlie Adams and Dan O'Brien on his tail. Now Mendoza. Connor Stevenson keeping it in play. Now he'll push forward. Taken over by Tambe. Scrappy work by VSLT's goal scorer. Barrientos with it in the middle. Now Diaz. He was trying to take a long left-footed shot, a prayer, if you will. Blocked and cleared. Connor Stevenson with it. Physical tackle by De La Mora. He can't believe it. Whistle blown, 30 yards out roughly. Free kick opportunity for Minneapolis City. A couple more subs set to come on for Viejos son los Trapos, playing just with 10 men after the first half red card to Guzman. And it looks like Tambe, with his first half goal, his evening is done. And it appears that Ruben Ruiz will be joining the fray. And then also Gustav Durruti. Shot off the head of the wall, O'Brien. Stockman Willis. The net is open. Whistle blown.
You almost got hurt.
And I apologize for stopping mid-sentence earlier. Gustav Durruti will be coming in defensively for VSLT. Now Toe with it. There's Durruti slipping on his first touch. Durruti in for one fees. His night is done. Durruti into the box. Runquist making a play for it, and he does. Quick exit kick, but it was awful. Ultimately still controlled by Minneapolis City. substitution for Minneapolis City. Dan O'Brien's night is done. And it looks like defender Aaron Olson will be entering the fray. Charlie Adams probably pushing up into that defensive mid spot to replace O'Brien. And another free kick. VSLT down a man, down a goal. Still more than 10 minutes to have something to say about it. Looks like Barrientos will be taking this one. Ruiz making a near side run, but it's off the wall. And a foul on De La Mora. Number 16 not in the ref's favor right now for VSLT. You'd have to assume another foul or two, he'll be booked. If this score holds, as a reminder, Minneapolis City opened the season with a 2-run victory over VSLT in St. Paul. Minneapolis City up 2-1 now. Tembe put VSLT on top in the first 45. Goals by Benhart and then Will Kidd with the sweet touch in the go-ahead. Get us to where we are now. Aaron Olson, his first touch of the evening. Number 2 for Minneapolis. Durruti. Albers steps in to turn that over. Now Adams pushing it outside to Hoof. A ton of space up top for Connor Stevenson and Stockman Willis. Adams taking his time. Bokeen stepping in to turn it. Now Mendoza. Too much pace to be a pass. Absolutely no direction for it to be a shot. That makes it a goal kick. Diaz. De La Mora. Out of and cleared out. Now to Toe. Pace. Albers finally steps in, but Mendoza with a shot potentially, and the shot and the nearly the equalizer. The outstretched arm on the near post of Peter Rundquist pushes it aside, just wide of the frame. First corner kick of the evening now for VSLT.
VSLT.
Corner in play, trying to get ahead on it was De La Mora, just not tall enough. Ultimately cleared out. Marshall and the back line for VSLT now pushing forward as time is ticking on their opportunity to get points here on the road at Edor Nelson Stadium. Olson clearing it out. And Stockman Willis controlling forward to Connor Stevenson. Not sure if he has enough speed as Diaz tracks him. Now quickly forward, De La Mora to Mendoza. Mendoza with VSLT's best opportunity here in the second 45, just a minute ago. Durruti. Now to Toe. Ruiz dispossessed by Albers. Forward for Mendoza, Benhart, the only one there. Now De La Mora. Body in by Albers. That's Bokeen picking himself up off the turf. One guy that never shies away from a collision is A.J. Albers. Staying out of the book, number 5, though. Just a free kick. We'll see how the visitors want to handle this. Barrientos, Durruti, Bokeen. All there near it. And it will be Bokeen with the left-footed shot. Harmlessly off the wall. And a throw-in for VSLT. Durruti getting it restarted. Into Ruiz. Now Olsen getting it out of danger. Barrientos. Ruiz in short space. Now Toe. Tripped up by Olsen, I think. Frent, excuse me. Should have brought my binoculars. Frent arguing with the referee now. And he will be given a card. Potentially not so much for the foul itself, but for the pleasantries exchanged after the whistle was blown. Isaac Frent in the book, late stages of this one. Still 2-1, Minneapolis City. Hanging on, up a man, up a goal. Elder Barrientos may have his say as he looks to distribute into the box here shortly. And here we go. Near side, Ruiz bodied off by Aaron Olsen. Off of Olsen. Now Rundquist keeps it in play. And he's in no hurry. You hear in the Confederations Cup how they're going to strictly enforce the 6-second rule with goalkeepers. It's not necessarily strictly enforced in just about any other league on the planet, including NPSL. That's okay. Corner coming. Stockman Willis, number 17, you see. Casually sauntering. Restarts it to Frent. Back to Stockman Willis. He's trying to turn to get an opportunity to distribute. Now Frent with it through a... Now Frent still with it. Mendoza gets a foot in there to jar it loose. Now Ruiz, the second half sub, pushing it forward. Barrientos. A lot of collisions here this evening. This time Olsen, the culprit. Hand in pocket. VSLT player on the turf. He'll call the trainer out. Pablo Landrew absolutely on fire right now. Yellow card given to Olsen for the infraction. Kapaw Toe, number 18, being helped up off the turf. Hopefully he's okay. Love physical play, don't want any injuries. Hopefully he's able to return in the next few moments. Again, down a man, only 9 guys on the field right now for VSLT. Very frustrated bench of players for visitors, arguing with the 4th official. In the end, they're not getting the result they want. Olsen with a yellow card and play about to resume. It looks like we'll see a substitute for Minneapolis City right now. I believe that's Max Kent. Without my binoculars, I have to be honest. I got to wait until he turns around. We'll see. I think it's Max Kent. Let's see if I'm right. Oh, of course I'm right. Max Kent into the game. Isaac Frent out. Gustav Garuti restarts, and here we go. Just minutes left in this one. 90 seconds left in time. Whatever stoppage time the ref chooses to add on is all VSLT have to equalize. Marshall with the head, now Mendoza, chased by Adams. Great job by Adams just getting into the way. Wins the throw in for his squad. Hoof restarts it. Connor Stevenson battling De La Mora, outwitting him. Now Mendoza to Diaz. Turns it over to Stockman Willis for just a moment. Barrientos and Toe has returned. A miraculous recovery for number 18. He's back in the game. Diaz taken to the turf by Stevenson, and they'll restart. Now Bokeen. Time is ticking. Ruiz Plaza just clearing it back, and Shane Marshall will have to reset things. We are through 90 minutes. We are in stoppage time. I would guess 4 or 5 extra minutes in this one, cannot be sure. A lot of substitutions, a lot of players on the turf, a couple of goals. Ruiz taken down, shaking his head is red, and we play on. Olsen going long. Connor Stevenson wide open. Stockman Willis didn't know it. Plaza finding Will Kidd on an island, but Durruti steps in. And now they're just pushing it forward, hoping and praying for something to go their way. Now Diaz controlling the long clearance. He's got Mendoza if he wants him, but he's taking it inside. Now Barrientos. Back to Durruti. Olsen steps in there. No opportunity for Ruiz to get his cleats on that. Now Kidd. Connor Stevenson just behind him, but he's all alone. Willis making the run, but he would have been offside. Now Stevenson with the left foot. He still has an opportunity. Shane Marshall falling to the turf. Valiant defensive effort by number 15, keeping it a 1-goal game as time continues to tick down. Hard tackle from Adams from behind. Just a whistle, though. No violent contact with Mendoza, and they keep the train moving. Here's Bokeen with it. Now to Durruti. Toe slips, and Plaza dispossesses him. Immense trouble for VSLT, pushing anything forward right now. Now Mendoza. The head of Kevin Hoof pushes that out of danger. Quick throw in by Diaz. And it's going the other way. Referee asking Diaz to move the throw-in back. Long throw-in, Ruiz. Now Mendoza trying to center it. A flailing attempt by number 14. Diaz controls it. Stepped into by Benhart now. He'll be able to be clearing it. Barrientos, De La Mora. Desperation time. Albers clears it out. The whistle blows. And De La Mora on the turf. Running out of time. He's going to gut it out, but he's in clear pain. And now with just seconds left, Jose Herrera, you can't miss him in that neon green. He is into the box, and now it's send it in. Hail Mary time. Benhart gets ahead on it, able to put it out, re-entered. Now Herrera with an opportunity. Runquist with the fist to get it out. Now Ruiz battling with Hoof. The shot nearly into the net for the equalizer. Capato with the right leg. Absolute mayhem inside the 18. VSLT nearly with a heart stopper final stages of this one. And now time for another corner.
Substitution for VSLT, number 10, Ben Wexler. Coming on for number 12, Will.
Ben Wexler entering the contest. Late stages sub. Will Kidd with the game-winning goal. Gets to rest for the final 9. I shouldn't say game-winning. Barrientos with the corner right now. It enters over Herrera's head, over everyone's head. Cleared out. Ref checking watch, not blowing whistle. And the throw-in. Is there enough time for another opportunity for VSLT? Wexler battling with Toe. Now Stockman Willis has it, centering Diaz. And a free kick for Minneapolis City just past midfield. Into Max Kent. And there it is. Final. Here at Edor Nelson Field in Minneapolis, Minnesota. On the campus of Augsburg College. Crosstown rivals meet for the second time this season. Different venue, same result, 2-1. The final score, Minneapolis City, 3 points in consecutive home games. The Crows advancing to 4-3-1 on the season, 13 points. Deadlocked with VSLT, 4-3-1, 13 points in the North Division. Goals by Ayuk Tembe made it 1-0 in favor of VSLT in the first half. Trey Benhart equalized off the first corner kick of the game by either team. The assist to Dan O'Brien, and then Stockman Willis, a second half substitute, got his own assist, centering for Will Kidd, the go-ahead, the game winner for Minneapolis City. Big thanks to Little Caesars, Summit Brewing, Goya Foods, Lupient Infinity, and Miter, the official ball partner of the NPSL. Big thanks to Viking Bar. We're all going to be over there in about 25 minutes celebrating 3 points per the Crows. And big thanks to NPSL for making this a fantastic match. Your NPSL National Game of the Week. I'm Eric Nordquist. Thank you so much for streaming and joining us. Happy Saturday from Edor Nelson Field. Have a fantastic weekend and a Father's Day.